Hello and welcome to Resin Crafting with Chris Collected. And on today's episode, we are going to use the Desert Rain epoxy product. This is a clear epoxy resin, and we're going to make several little molds with it. Today we're going to fill it up to 6. This is a 2-part mold, so part 1 will be filled to 3, and part 2 will fill up to 6. It is a 1-to-1 ratio. Now it is time to mix up the resin. I have decided to buy a resin mixer. If you have any suggestions, please put one in the comments. I am hoping it will help to have less bubbles in my resin. It's already hot in Arizona, so I don't think I want to use a resin heating mat, as my time is already kind of shorter. So I figured a resin mixer would be the best option for me. Today I have decided to use 2 different colors. And so we will be putting them into 2 different cups. The first color is from Pearl EX and is the Reflect Violet. It is a gorgeous color. And I used a good amount of it to make sure that it was nice and opaque. Next up is Pink Gold. This is also a Pearl EX pigment powder. Also just a gorgeous color. These are brand new colors and the first time I am using them. So I'm kind of guessing on exactly how much pigment needs to go in there. But I think I did a good job. Stick around to the end and you can see all the videos and photos of the finished product. The molds today were provided by Witchcore on Etsy. Make sure to give her a look to see if you would like any molds too. The 2 hearts are Jujutsu Kaisen characters. The 2 in the top is a Hello Kitty and the other one says self-love. And then plus a little bonus mushroom and the keys from a previous unboxing video. Doesn't that just look like a gorgeous color? And it really turns out wonderful. I'm still working on getting camera 2 to be perfect and in focus, and so some of these will have a camera 2 and a few of them will not, as they was just a little bit too blurry. So I've decided to add a little bit of glitter, but only to a few of them. That way we can see the color pure and with a little bit of glitter in it. You know, if I'm making it, it's gotta have a little bit of glitter in it. I decided to put camera 2 up top on this one as the piece was on the bottom. I think in the future, I'm slowly starting to get better at this camera thing. And so we'll get more consistent as we go. Make sure to subscribe and watch the journey. Thank you so much for understanding and supporting my art. This is one of the ones that was unfortunately way too blurry. So we'll just have a top-down view. I've decided to add a little bit of the black glitter to this purple. And that's what will go inside of the Hello Kitty one. Let's give it a quick stir. The Hello Kitty one was also a little too blurry. My apologies. Next up is the key mold. This one I've decided to do a little bit of a tie-dye. I'm still not really sure what all the pieces of this mold do. If you do, make sure to put in the comments below. What do those two little pieces on the side do? They're like little hooks or something. I have no idea what they do. I went ahead and filled all of them up anyways, but I'm not really sure what it does. But if there's a cavity on a mold, I'm gonna go ahead and fill it. I was a bit impatient with this mold, and so it did get a little bit overfilled. But that's alright, any opportunity is an opportunity for art. And so the keyhole becomes a blended one. Again, my apologies for the slightly blurry footage. But the main footage came out really well. If If you have any comments, suggestions, or inquiries, please put them in the comments below, or you can direct message me on Instagram, Chris_collected, or at hofirugs. I'm available on Patreon, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, all under the House of Improvements Rugs and More brand, or hofirugs for short. This little mandala piece that I got is quickly becoming a favorite of mine. However, this color combo does turn out a little weird and becomes a little muddy. When the colors are separate, they look really good. However, they're both so strong in pigment and color that they really fought each other. Stick around to the end and you see what I'm talking about. Maybe I should have swirled it more or something. In future videos, I will be trying to do a few lessons that I've learned from other crafters and trying to make some different, really interesting flowers and dragon scales and things of that nature. So make sure to stay tuned and subscribe. Next up, of course, is my tic-tac-toe pieces. I actually recently decided that I'm going to go buy a new tic-tac-toe mold, so make sure to look out for that in future videos. I just ordered it yesterday and it's on the way. Again, I have overpoured on this one. I believe what ended up happening is the cups that I was using, I bought for a party a long time ago. And I don't know if you've had this happen before where you buy a couple of cups and unfortunately you buy 100 pack of them. And so now I just have a ton of these cups. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll use it for these resin, but they're so stiff, they like don't pour very well. And they pour a little too fast. So I think I'm going to go back to try to use my silicone ones. Or maybe just smaller cups. Last up was the cat bookmark. That is all of the resin that we have for today. Let me make sure to scrape out every little last bit. Oh, wait, that's right. I actually ended up realizing that, again, everything was a little too overpoured. So I grabbed some quick other little piece and I'm slowly trying to get all of that excess resin off of the tops and into a mold. However, things are already starting to set up and it becomes a little bit difficult, but luckily these pipettes are able to move the resin around, no problem. However, these are disposable, which is not my favorite, but currently I don't really know how else to move overflow resin around like that. If you do, please put in the comments below. I'm always looking for new tools. This is the House of Improvements, not the House of Perfect, and so we are always looking to constantly improve ourselves and others. My name is Chris Collected. I am a queer, subversive artist specializing in digital and physical media. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I decided to go outside with these ones and try to show you what it looked like in the light. That doesn't really pick up very well in camera though. But man, they are shiny. Have a great day, everyone.